Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to the step 2 or the guide 2 for the Islamic router setup. Now, in the first video on the first guide, what we discussed was the basic dashboard if you want to restart, and what are the basic things what Islamic router will be doing. So, in the guide number 2, we will see how to connect our Islamic router to the internet. Now, when you have bought an Islamic router, you must have got a setup guide with it, or you must be getting a small piece of paper which is having a QR code or a barcode. It's there on the sleeve also. So let's say if you will download that QR code, or if you will open the QR code, you will find a setup guide inside that. The setup guide basically is going to show you the 3 ways how you can connect to the internet. What we will try to do now is we will try to see all 3 ways how we can connect your Islamic router to the internet to get it connected to the cloud. The first step is we assume that you already have an existing router which you want to connect to the Islamic router. So we will be connecting your Islamic router through wireless to your existing router. So your Islamic router works as a range extender also for you. The second way is you can use a cable which has been given by your ISP, and you can plug it in if it's a direct IP, or you have a switch running in your office which you want to directly connect it to your Islamic router. The third step is you can use a cable which is coming from your ISP. You can plug it in your router. That cable should have a PPPoE connection or a WAN connection. Islamic router does not support the ADSL connection. So if you are using the ADSL technology, you need to have a pre-owned ADSL modem or an ADSL router via which you can do the same thing. So first, what we'll be doing, we'll be showing you how you can connect the Islamic router to your existing Wi-Fi or an access point using Wi-Fi only. So we go here, we go to our Islamic router page, we connect our router here, and we go inside the dashboard. Once we are in the dashboard, you can see all the details. Now you can go to your wireless menu, which is on your left hand side. You have radio on 5 gigahertz running and radio on 2.4 gigahertz running. If you click the radio on 5 gigahertz, the mode is access point, and radio on 2.4 is also on access point. Therefore, when you will see your SSIDs or your network IDs, you can see Islamic router 0-1, which we are connected right now, which is on 5 gigahertz, and 1-1, which is showing that it's also available on 2.4 gigahertz. So let's say we say that we want to connect over 5 gigahertz to your existing access point. So we go on 5 gigahertz, we change from access point, we change it to the client, and we go in client configuration. Under that you will see general settings, and you press scan. Once you scan the network, you can see these are the 2 access points currently running on 5 gigahertz. We select the first one, which is the current access point on which I want to connect my Islamic router. I need to enter the network key. So I am entering the network key. Network key is basically the same key what you have been using it to connect your mobile devices or your laptops to your existing access point. So right now your router will become a client or something similar to your mobile or your other devices which is connecting to your existing access point. I just reconfirm the key by just pressing the I, and I go and I say save. That's it. I do not need to change anything else, and I say apply. Once I say apply, it's gonna ask me that since it's cloud control, it may change some settings, but since we haven't activated the cloud controller, we do not have any problem, and we say yes. Now it's gonna restart the access point. Now what's one thing which is gonna happen? Right now if you see, I'm connected on Islamic router 0-1, which I told you is a 5 gigahertz, while the Islamic router 1-1 was the 2.4 gigahertz. Now I have changed the 5 gigahertz into a client from an access point. So once it's restarting, the 5 gigahertz access SSID won't be there. It will be just the 2.4 gigahertz SSID which will be available. So let's just see that. Okay, you can see the 0-1 has disappeared and only 1-1 is available right now. So I go to 1-1 and I say connect. So I want to connect to our Islamic router, okay, on 2.4 gigahertz. You see, here we go, and go to your dashboard. So once you go to your dashboard, you should be able to see the connection which is there. Now one of the common things which can happen here is basically the access point not issuing the IP address. So you see my internet source is X-Concepts Corporation, bridge to the internet. Okay, so that is completely fine, but here the IP address is not here. If I go down, it's gonna show me that it's connected to X-Concepts Corporation on 5 gigahertz, on 2.4 gigahertz. It's getting the signals. I am here connected. If I go on my graph, you can see on 5 gigahertz the blue line is dead while the orange line is there, so that means that there is a problem. Most of the cases, sometimes the IP address is not being issued directly. The first way, and let us try one of those ways. It's a good thing it did not issue us the ID. So what we can do, we can go to the system, we go to maintenance, and we try to reconnect it. Okay, we say we have to reboot your device, and we just say let's reboot it once. So let's see if it can get the IP address again from the 5 gigahertz access point. This is very, very important. Make sure that you are getting the IP address, because that's the most common mistake which everyone is having. So it's gonna reboot the device. If you have already got an IP address, no need to do all these steps. But if you haven't got the IP address, let's go through some of the basic troubleshooting steps what you can see here. So we go here and we try to rescan, and let us try to find the Islamic router 1-1 again, and we try to connect again on that. So we have the 1-1 SSID available, and we'll be connecting to that SSID again. If you go here, it's going to ask you the username and password again, and you enter it again. Okay, we go back to our dashboard. Let's see, it has given the SSID. No, it is still not giving us the SSID. Okay, fair enough. The step number 2, what you need to do is a very traditional step. Get your access point also restarted once. So your existing access point, just get it restarted, because sometimes it's not issuing the DHCP or the IP address directly to the clients because it has been running for a long time. Maybe the DHCP server is idle there. So this is what we need to do now. We'll be currently restarting the X-Concepts Corporation. This is the internet source what we are connected to, and we'll try to restart it. And everything is fine here, and we will do that now. Okay, we have already restarted our main access point or the existing access point. So what we do, we try again that we are getting an IP address. So we go here and we say reboot your device, and we have rebooted the device again. So this is just some steps. Sometimes it's just irritating that it's not getting an IP address, but not to worry. These are sometimes small issues which you may face during the configuration. So it's gonna restart the device. It's got disconnected, you can see, from the Islamic router 1-1. Let's give it a second and it's gonna restart. So we have restarted the access point. We again go back and we log in our Islamic router, and let us see what happens. We go back to our dashboard and let's see if we are getting an IP address, and here you can see that you were able to get an IP address. It's just a normal thing. Sometimes what happens if an access point is running for a very long time and another access point tries to connect it as a new client, maybe the DHCP server is not issuing a new IP address. It's a very common thing. The DHCP server is on a sleep mode and it's a new device which has never ever been connected to that old access point. Then you just need to restart the access point and you need to restart the device. Here you can see, as we have got the IP address, everything is all up and running, and you can see it is saying internet connection is up. So this is the part 2. Let us see if we are really connected to the internet, and we can just check it out. We try to open the website of iMurshid. You can see the website is opening all correctly. It means you are now connected to the internet and you are able to get the device working. At this stage, the Islamic router is connected just to the internet, again not to the cloud, but at this stage the router is equivalent to your existing router. Whatever the other features your old router is doing, this is doing the same thing. So now if you have reached to this step where your internet connection is up, your IP address is there. If you're using a cable, just try to plug the cable in and you will get the same thing. If you're using a PoE or any sort of other internet sort of connections, do the same thing. Eventual result, what we are looking for is internet connection should be up, internet status. So if you have reached at this stage, it means that you are going correctly and you do not have to worry about it. So inshallah, in step number 3, I'll be showing you how you can connect it to the cloud. You can see the cloud is enabled, but it is still showing us the red sign. So thanks a lot for watching the step 2 guide for Islamic router setup. Jazakallah khair, and if you have reached here, then you can continue to step number 3.